Okay, well, as everyone knows, Detroit is considered the poorest city in the country, right? And when you live in a place like Detroit where adults don't have anything because of the collapse of the car industry, because of the economy, because of all of these different factors, politics comes into play. So when adults don't have anything, imagine what children don't have. In a city and a time where there's nothing too much positive going on in a place like Detroit, we like to think that just, average, ordinary people are doing extraordinary things, not only just for youth, but with youth, because we make them a part of the progress. CNN Money did an article with us over the summer. We were proud to be part of that. And so what I really understood is that we do have all the resources to uplift the quality of living and learning for kids. We just have to figure out ways to creatively and strategically and actively supply those resources.
Right, implement it, you execute the programs that we have, reach out to the proper resources.
You got it. You reach out to the youth, reach out to the parents. Parents need help.
Right.
Mommy's working 2 jobs just to keep a roof over 3 kids' heads. Daddy's in jail. That's a typical story we hear.
Right.
Okay?
Armando, George Bush gave us no child left behind. He should have given us no person left behind.
That's right, exactly.
So we need this White House to change that whole parameter.
Right, and so there are more good souls than bad holes in the world. That's the way I look at the work.
Right.
Okay, you just again have to figure out how can I get the good souls involved in the work. How do I get the kids involved? How do I pull them in? Whether it's fame, fashion, art, music, education, things that are important to them like fashion and music.
Right.
Using that as the carrot. Okay, they come running. I do something called the Motor City Youth Fest in Detroit, and from noon to midnight, I just put talented kids, talented youth, and talented young adults on the stage from noon to midnight. Wow. And Detroit is still Motown in many ways.
Yeah.
So we understand how powerful that microphone is when you're dangling it, right? So we got to get the youth involved. We got to listen to what they have to say because that makes them activists. That makes them part of the progress. Well, they love that. They love
exactly the reason I started what I'm doing as well, because I think Barack Obama said in his speech that in his inauguration speech, he said, we are the ones we've been waiting for.
That's right.
It's our time.
That's right.
Because
be the change, right? Does it say?
Be the change.
That's
right. We are the ones.
Right.
So with that, when you tell the youth that they can be the activists,
that's right.
that they have the resources, they have the internet, they have the website, they don't have to go anywhere.
That's right.
The beauty of today's youth is they're the most resourceful generation in history.
Technologically proficient. They're creative. They know social media. They know how to reach people.
Computer friendly.
Yep. Technologically savvy, at least outside of Detroit. 70% of the homes in Detroit apparently don't have internet access. It scares me a little bit. So that shows
you because of the economic downfall.
That's also part of their mentality. But anyway, we are now in New York, and I'm very excited to have just produced the Teen Hall meeting, helped organize a Teen Hall meeting. We have the National Black Teen Empowerment Expo committee members who basically ran the event today.
Very good.
But we also just started something called YES, which is Youth Empowerment Series. And these are people like Martin, who does great work with the GED programs out of New York, because, kids can't get a job if they don't have that piece of paper. We understand that. Young adults can't get a job unless they have that piece of paper. It's important, okay? So we got to prepare them to be successful, okay? It's people like Armando who are working not only in New York, but all over the world to make it a better place for our kids, because we got to pass them something, other than a blown out torch, right? And, this is really just a catalyst, if you will, to find good groups who see the value and spirit of collaboration, to activate the power of community again, and to make our teens and our youth a part of that progress. And I think if we do that well, we do that exponentially, meaning concurrently focusing on each group at the same time, subgroup at the same time, we can do some beautiful things.